November the 5th, the raised fist surrounded by Secret Service with the flag in the background. Contrast that with what we've been seeing from Biden.
Well, this is obviously not a favorable comparison. Obviously, nothing about this was planned as far as the campaigns were concerned. Certainly, Joe Biden's very, very unfortunate performance in that debate was not something they...
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Deadfire.
To avoid that, and they got it anyway.
Still at the beginning.
And then, of course, comes this black swan event of somebody able to get the former president and then he trying very hard getting low. He was able to show he was okay, which I think he certainly did in that that you've been showing, and that is a contrast that obviously favors the former president. And I think, John, when he came out on that stage last night here in Milwaukee, it was a striking moment because we hadn't seen him really, had we? There was some videos playing golf on the weekend. We found out he, on the first side, had a bandage on his ear. He seemed to me, at least, subdued. Like he may have been really affected by this. It's hard to imagine he would. I mean, considering what happened to him.
Great, you're so good to have you on the program today. There is so much talk on Capitol Hill about the information they're getting, or in most cases not getting. As Karen Pergram just reported, members are starting to get restless about the lack of information they're getting from DHS and Secret Service. In the meantime, this is what we're hearing from the director of the Secret Service, Kimberly Cheadle. This was her speaking identified as a person of suspicion moving to about a minute and a half beforehand. Person of the suspicion. The unit started to receive that individual out. Unfortunately, with the rapid success that things unfolded, by the time that individual was eventually located, and were able to fire off the former president. And now there's explanations that the group was too slow for her to quit. Their Secret Service agents on there. The counter snipers were certainly on slow. So what was your reaction?
I find her answer about the roof and why that roof wasn't covered absolutely astonished. I mean, he said that the roof was sloped and it was a safety issue. But as you just pointed out, Senator, the FBI counter-snipers were on a sloped roof. That's how they set up. It is not an explanation that remotely acceptable that they were worried about the safety on the sloped roof. I'd be surprised, Cassandra and John, if even found it to be true that that was the reason. But that's what she said. And I would say, I'm surprised she said in that interview as well, of course, as you've heard, that she planned to stay in the job. After this, it's a little hard to say.
Take a look at the slope of that roof. That is a very, very low slope. And apparently there were police inside. And how they didn't hear somebody crawling about on the roof above them is beyond me. To get your reaction to this, because this happened just a short time ago. Adam Schiff apparently told a group of donors that he feels for what is going to happen, not only to the top of the ticket, but down ballot, if Joe Biden doesn't drop out. Here's what he said. He said, I think if Biden is our nominee, I think we lose. And we may very well lose the Senate and lose our chance to take back the House. Schiff is in good shape to win his race, but he's concerned for the party worldwide. And if somebody like Schiff is saying it's time for Biden to go, it can't be long before the dam breaks.
Well, the question then becomes, John, how exactly is the dam go about breaking? Because after all, the president has all the delegates. He's got the votes he needs to be nominated. These are his people. These are people who basically signed up to be Biden delegates. And they are the controlling force on the floor of that convention. So he has the votes. And the status quo means he stays. So it takes some real force to dislodge him, and he didn't agree to step aside. That's what I'm talking about. so far, it looks like the family is as closest to him is solid for him staying in. And as long as that's the case, it just may turn out that, Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi and Senator Schumer and others of influence around him went to him and said, Mr. President, you're endangering the party's majority, you're endangering the presidency, losing the presidency to the Republicans. If you stay in the race, would he get out? Well, he might. But remember, it would be.
Oh yeah, I forgot to level up my guys. Let's see.
It's not clear yet how that could be brought about.
Brett, we'll look forward to tonight, where Nikki Haley will be speaking at the convention. Originally not even on the invite list, but after the attempted assassination, we got word she received an invitation, accepted it, and not only that, accepted a speaking role. The New York Times giving their thoughts on this today, saying that she's set to speak at the convention as Republicans aim for a show of unity. Many hope she will use her remarks to toe the line on the unity theme. They also want many of her voters, what many of her voters have always wanted, to see her stand for something, namely the more traditionally conservative values at odds with parts of Mr. Trump's agenda. According to a source with knowledge, Nikki Haley's team, they tell me that her speech will, quote, address voters who are uncertain about voting for President Trump and make the case for why she is voting for him. What do you anticipate from this speech tonight, and how important is it for the former president's campaign?
Well, it's a piece of what one would imagine this convention is all about. But after all, the president was ahead following the debate, but not by all that much. All this polling, with few exceptions, have been within the margin of error. So he's right there, President Biden is. And President Trump's lead is not big. And he must hope, and I think he does hope, that this convention and the aftermath of his being shot and responded with such determination will give people a new look at him, a new view of him. And there are people out there, I would imagine, who are giving him a second chance, a second look, and thinking, could I didn't like him before, I didn't vote for him, I have misgivings about him, but under the circumstances, could I bring myself to vote for him? That's where people like Nikki Haley come in. That's where having a kind of kinder, gentler tone to the convention comes in, to kind of give people permission to vote for somebody they may have resisted before. And I suspect that's what Nikki Haley will be trying to do tonight.
So you got J.D. Vance who says I didn't like him in 2016, and then I grew to like him. You had Nikki Haley who says I liked him, and I didn't like him, but I like him again. So, I mean, conversion is an important thing in politics. And I want to ask you very quickly about this. Next week, the DNC is trying to push the lock of the nomination for Biden early by having a virtual convention with the delegates to solidify him as the nominee. But now apparently some Democrats are pushing back against that. So no. We've got to wait for the convention for this to happen. What do you think?
Well, they were the reason why they had that idea of a virtual convention with the votes being cast was to deal with a situation.
Let's level you guys up.
There was a deadline to get on the ballot. Well, in the sense that they still got that virtual vote on the calendar, but it's not necessary. Ohio fixed the law; they don't have to do it. And even so, John, if he went ahead and were nominated and then stepped down, he could certainly choose to do that, and the party would then have to gather right at the convention and nominate somebody else. So that's what they're looking at. But in the end, it comes back to the same thing we've been talking about, John. That Biden would have to agree, and that's the stumbling block. There's no other way to do it that makes any possible sense.
All right, Brett, so good to see you, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Brett.
My pleasure. Thanks.
President Biden, meanwhile, tried to calm concerns about his mental fitness with another sit-down interview last night. So did it work? We shall discuss with Lawrence Jones and Jessica Tarlov.
And we're hearing that lawmakers are getting restless, waiting for answers on the security breakdowns that led to the assassination attempt of former President Trump. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise is coming up on that. Stephen.
Our clients love these. You've got to read the testimonials. Listen, the proper immunity used correctly can be a tremendous tool to help you achieve financial security. Here are the benefits: stock market growth, protection against market losses, compound interest, and no annual fees. Sound too good to be true? If you have at least $100,000 to invest, get your investor's guide and see if it's right for you.
My brain has mechanical problems. I'm going to get there as soon as I can. Breakfast was delicious, as always. Having a chauffeur's car plane side helps keep me on schedule. I guess. Was that a plane trip? Did you ever have a plane once? I never have a trip. I simply pick a plane, pay, and I'm ready to badge it to my destination. Taxis around. I'm ready for my needs. Do we have a deal? This trip to meetings today. Badge it and don't miss out on the most important moments of your life. For a complimentary flight.
It's time. Yes, the time has come for a fresh approach to dog food. Every day, more dog people are deciding it's time to quit the kibble and feed their dogs fresh food from the farmer's dog. Made by vets and delivered right to your door, precisely portioned for your dog's needs. It's an idea whose time has come.
Hi, I'm William Vane. Right now, there's a serious discussion about who our next president will be. A Republican, a Democrat, an independent. The future of our country is hanging in the balance, which is why, as a good American, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to vote, and I'm going to buy gold from Roswell. Buying gold from Roswell helps protect me against runaway inflation and all that paper money being printed around the world by unstable governments. Whether you want new or old gold or premium collector's coins, Rosalind has them all. What you order is what you get. No gimmicks, no nonsense, no hassle. So do your part to protect your future. Vote and buy gold from Rosalind.
Call Rosalind Capital now to get your free gold kit, free silver kit, and free IRA kit with smart ways you can transfer or roll over your IRA. Call 800-630-8900, 800-630-8900, 800-630-8900. The Republican Party ticket is set as J.D. Vance joins the race, and fallout from the assassination attempt continues. Frank, jump in.
Okay.
What is circle? Circle is what you get together with friends and family. Remember to ride. Use impaired driving. Because ride starts with you. It starts with a designated driver and in the kitchen. Offer guests non-alcoholic drinks. When you call a friend, you know that they and at the corner when you pass the last bus. In the driveway with a simple, please, or in the living room. You decide to stay overnight. However you ride. Thanks for doing your part to keep our roads safe.
Shock.
Squash is the sport for multiple fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Top of the hour, lawmakers are getting questions about the lack of information coming from DHS and Secret Service about the attempted assassination of President Donald Trump. We're learning now that DHS and the FBI have agreed to hold a phone meeting tomorrow with not just one group or committee, but every House lawmaker. Australian House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, good to have you on the program. Majority Leader, appreciate your time. So I guess the point of this is that they were finding the requests coming from so many different committees, so many different members. They said, okay, we're just going to do this all at once with a phone call. Do you expect them to come out and give this straight up facts about what they know that led to this? Well,
Well, Sandra and John, good to be with you. I'm not You're expecting a lot on this phone call. You don't usually get a lot of candor on these kinds of large phone calls. That's why you need hearings. And we're going to have hearings starting Monday. I know Jamie Coleman and the House Oversight Committee are going to be holding a hearing. Chairman Green.
I'll give you an example. Okay, you want to hear a good example? I'll tell you.
Deserve answers, and there's still a lot of questions.
That's good. Yeah.
You hear these leaks from the Secret Service, even though the head of the Secret Service herself will not come and address the public, which is a major concern. But they're leaking, trying to blame this on local law enforcement. Look, if they farmed out their major duties to other agencies, it's still their responsibility. And there's major questions about the rooftop. And, did the Secret Service head say that they thought it was too slow? The 20-year-old had no problem getting up there. This is a major failure that we still need to get to the bottom of what really happened. And we're going to get those answers in a public setting, not on a phone call where it's very, just kind of very generic.
On those 2 points, Congressman, first of all, let's put up some VO here on people identifying the shooter on the roof. Listen here.
3.
The officer jumped back down off the roof of fear of being shot instead of engaging him. But here's what the Secret Service Director Kim Sheila said about why they didn't have anybody up on that roof. You mentioned this, here's what she said.
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, if there's a safety factor that would be considered there, we would not put somebody on a sloped roof. And so, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
You pointed out, Congressman, that the shooter didn't have any problem with getting up. If you look at pictures of the team, they were at exactly the same slope. So what do you make of that excuse?
I think there's a crisis of confidence right at the top level of the Secret Service, not the agents on the ground, but the head of the Secret Service. And many of my colleagues have been expressing the same concern. For her to make a statement like that, it raises even more questions. Why wasn't a counter sniper team on that rooftop? And as you pointed out, the other roofs had similar slopes. The shooter had no problem maneuvering that roof himself. And so, whether they were taking and whether she took this seriously enough or not, we surely haven't gotten the answers that we deserve. And we're going to get those answers. And frankly, there needs to be accountability. Unfortunately, one of the things we've seen from the Biden administration in so many areas of failure is that there is no accountability. And at some point, if somebody doesn't do their job properly, you need to bring in somebody else. This is too important a job. Your one task is to protect the presidents of the United States and former presidents of the United States. And, all of the other stuff that she's focused on is way outside of the mission. And I think she might have lost sight of the mission.
You gotta wonder if she's gonna keep her job. She was asked about that in this brand new ABC News interview. Here's how she responded. Listen.
Who is most responsible for this happening?
+2 might.
The Secret Service is responsible for the protection of the former president.
So the buck stops with you?
The buck stops with me. I am the director of the Secret Service. It was unacceptable, and it's something that shouldn't happen again.
Makes you wonder about her future. Are you, Congressman, calling for her departure?
I think that we need new leadership at the top of the Secret Service, somebody who's focused on the mission, the main mission, and that is to protect the President of the United States and former presidents of the United States and the people that they're tasked with protecting. Again, all the other things you see in their mission statement that have nothing to do with that show you that she has taken this agency in the wrong direction and lost sight of what her main mission is supposed to be.
I was talking with former Congressman Jason Chaffetz earlier today. He's going to be on the program tomorrow. He, of course, was the chairman of the Oversight Committee back in 2014, 2015, when all of these problems with the Secret Service were going on and 2 directors lost their jobs. We'll talk to him more tomorrow. Congressman, great to see you. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the RNC.
Great being with you. Thanks again.
All aboard the Trump Vance train as former President Trump announces his VP pick. Can the Ohio senator and political newcomer help Trump win in key states?
And John, the fight is intensifying for the highly coveted battleground of Wisconsin. We will speak to the chairman of of the Republican Party there and find out what it takes to win his state next.
I'd like to take a moment to address my fellow veterans, because I know so many of you have served our country honorably. One of the benefits that we as a country give you as a veteran is the eligibility for a VA loan. Up to 100% of your home's value. If you need cash for your family, call New Day USA. With automatic authority from the VA, we can say yes when banks say no. Give us a call.
Call 1-844-451-1593.
Veteran homeowners, need cash but worried you can't get a home loan because of your credit? Here's great news. At New Day, we've been granted automatic authority by the VA to make our own loan approval decisions. In fact, if you've had credit challenges and missed a payment along the way, you're more than 5 times more likely to get approved for the New Day 100 VA cash out loan. No one knows veterans like New Day USA.
Call 1-844-451-1593.
I joined the Army in 2004, the later part of my
14 grams of the light blue one, the Funk Master.
within special operations. Our job was to effect change with the mission of defeating ISIS. We were doing routine combat patrol when we were at one of the schools where girls had returned to school. They were going to return home. ISIS saw that they were losing control, losing their grip on the people, that they targeted my team for an assassination. An ISIS suicide bomber had squeezed his way into my team and detonated the suicide vest.
Okay, let's save this.
I had a total of 22 life-saving surgeries over 2 years that I spent in the hospital. We were worried. We didn't know how we were going to be able to pay for the house, how we were going to continue to pay our mortgage. That's when the Tunnel Towers Foundation stepped in and said, we have a solution for your problem. You don't have to worry about it.
How much I blink,
Because
can I make
Tunnel
out
Towers
blurry
Foundation
lights
is
in
going
the
to help
sky?
us make this a forever home.
This is
I was very emotional. I wanted to see Jonathan and his family come into their new home because they're going to be spending so many happy moments in this beautiful home.
Tunnel Towers Foundation didn't just provide me with a way to be independent in my own place, it gave me hope. Hope for the future, knowledge that I can overcome these things, but I don't have to do it alone. Hello, I'm Major Jonathan Turnbull, United States Army retired. The Tunnel Towers Foundation built me a smart home that will give me more independence and better quality of life. I am asking you to donate $11 a month so that T2T can help others that will be injured while protecting their great country. Please visit T2T.org or call 1-844-GREATEST. Do you ever have a rundown feeling, a lack of energy, or just not up to par? Now this could be caused by lack of minerals because you probably never consumed more than 15 minerals in your life due to a lack of minerals in food because of a lack of minerals in muscle. Your body needs 50 minerals. I'm Elmer Hyman. Test the reasons to preserve your body with Amino 150 is exciting nutritional product that contains 70 minerals and 80 additional nutrients. There's nothing like Amino 150 has propelled me to 90 years of age with no prostate or health problems, dementia, diabetes, high blood pressure, nothing. And I knew nothing. I still have my clarity and focus. I still have all my hair. I don't wear glasses. I don't have all food or surgery. Now, Amino 150 can do the same thing for you. So preserve your body with 70 minerals like me and my bike app. You can order Amino 150 online or call 888-316-2224. That's 888-316-2224.
Yeah.
I'm deeply disappointed by the jury's decision. I have never violated my public oath. I have never been anything but a patriot of my country and for my country. I have never been a foreign agent. According to the recent corruption trial of Senator Bob Menendez, he was found guilty on all counts. Let's get right up to Eric Shaw with the very latest from outside the courthouse. Despite the protestations from the senator, the jury felt completely different. That the jury did, John, as you know, he went out for everything known as Gold Bar Fraud. The jury convicted him on all counts, finding that, yes, Senator Bob Menendez, New Jersey senior senator and the former chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee,
sold his office, as prosecutors said, for cash and gold. It took just over 2 days or so of deliberations for the jury at this courthouse to convict him and his two co-defendants of all the charges. But he accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars in payoffs and expensive gifts, all to interfere in U.S. foreign policy on behalf of Egypt, Qatar, and 3 New Jersey businessmen, 2 of whom were his co-defendants who were also convicted in this case. Prosecutors said Menendez engaged in what they called a shocking level of corruption.
This wasn't politics as usual. This was politics for profit. And now that a jury has convicted Bob Menendez, his years of selling his office to the highest bidder have finally come to an end.
Prosecutors told the jury that the $480,000 in cash found strewn throughout his house, some stashed in his jacket pockets, and those 13 gold bars worth $100 grand hidden in the bedroom closet, as well as a Mercedes-Benz convertible and other lavish gifts, were all payoffs for him to interfere with U.S. foreign policy for his own greed. Menendez said he was deeply disappointed. His lawyer, Adam Fee, said they will appeal.
We were surprised and disappointed with the jury's verdict. We disagree with it, and we believe today, as we have since day one, Bob's innocence.
Prosecutors said Menendez filed the bribes through his wife, Nadine. She was also charged in this case, but her trial has been suspended indefinitely because Mrs. Menendez is undergoing treatment for breast cancer. Menendez now faces a potential total of 222 years in jail. The sentencing will be in October. John, back to you.
Shocking levels of corruption is how the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York.
No thanks, I've seen enough fluids.
Okay, so we're expecting to see Donald Trump's vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance, in the next hour, holding a walkthrough on day 2 of the Republican National Convention. Alexis McAdams is live there in Milwaukee to check the data on what we might see very shortly here. Alexis? Hi, Sandra. Yeah, it's an exciting day for J.D. Vance and his family. Yesterday, when we saw him take the floor here in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention, he looked pretty emotional, had some tears in his eyes as he stood there by his wife's side, hearing the crowd clap and chant, "Make America Great Again." But as you know, Sandra and John, J.D. Vance has not always been a big Trump supporter, although now he is a strong ally. Many people asking him questions of exactly why he's the Trump on Trump watch.
I said some bad things about Donald Trump some years ago, but
Let's save this right here, guys, and can see you next time, all right? Peace out.